Welcome back to Bike Culture Hub. The motorcycle world has always been filled with legends, machines that transcend their time and become icons of design and engineering. And among them, few names carry the kind of mystique that the Honda Rune does. Originally introduced 2 decades ago as one of the boldest and most radical cruiser concepts ever turned into reality, the Rune quickly became a statement motorcycle, a work of art on 2 wheels that looked like it had rolled straight out of the future. In 2025, Honda has decided to bring back this legend, reimagined for a new era, while staying true to its audacious spirit. This isn't just another cruiser. The 2025 Honda Rune is a rolling sculpture, a technological showcase, and a motorcycle built to turn heads every time it rolls down the street. From the moment you lay eyes on the 2025 Rune, you understand why it holds such a mythical place in the hearts of enthusiasts. The design is unapologetically bold, futuristic yet dripping with retro appeal, and unmistakably different from anything else on the road. It takes cues from the original 2004 Rune but refines every surface, every curve, and every proportion with modern sophistication. The enormous front end, the low and stretched stance, the chrome accents fused with deep sculpted paintwork, it all comes together to create something that is more than just a motorcycle. It's an experience in design. Honda has pushed the limits of form and function, making the Rune as much an art piece as a machine. The bodywork flows in sculptural waves, the fuel tank stretches like a muscle over the frame, and the single-sided rear swing arm shows off a massive rear wheel that looks like it belongs on a concept drawing rather than a production bike. But beauty is only half the story. At its core, the 2025 Rune is powered by a heart that defines its personality. A massive 1,832 cubic centimeters flat-6 engine borrowed and reworked from Honda's Gold Wing platform. This engine, renowned for its buttery-smooth power delivery and bulletproof reliability, has been tuned specifically for the Rune to provide a balance between effortless cruising and raw, commanding torque. The flat-6 delivers around 125 horsepower and nearly 170 Nm of torque, which might not sound like sport bike numbers, but in the world of cruisers, this is sheer muscle. What makes it unique is how it delivers that power, seamless, vibration-free, and with a growl that is deep and authoritative without being obnoxious. You twist the throttle and the Rune glides forward with unstoppable force, like a locomotive dressed in chrome. Honda didn't just transplant the engine into a cruiser frame. They engineered the Rune around this power plant, creating a chassis that is both innovative and functional. The 2025 version continues the tradition of using an advanced trailing link front suspension system, which not only looks unlike anything else on the market but also provides an incredibly stable, planted feel at all speeds. This system reduces dive under braking and enhances comfort over rough roads, making the Rune surprisingly composed for such a large and heavy machine. At nearly 400 kilograms, it's not a lightweight motorcycle by any means, but thanks to its low center of gravity and balanced design, the Rune feels far more manageable than its numbers suggest. The handling is smooth, deliberate, and confidence-inspiring, especially for a bike of this size and presence. Braking is handled by dual massive disc brakes up front with 6-piston calipers and a large single disc at the rear, paired with Honda's advanced ABS system. The stopping power is more than adequate for a bike of this mass, and the electronic aids ensure that you always feel in control even when bringing this behemoth to a halt. The Rune may look like a piece of sculpture, but it rides like a well-engineered machine with Honda's characteristic focus on safety and precision. Comfort is another area where Honda has refined the Rune for 2025. The seating position is low and relaxed, with wide handlebars that sweep back toward the rider. The seat itself is plush and designed for long-distance comfort, while the suspension does a great job of soaking up imperfections. Unlike many cruisers that sacrifice ride quality for style, the Rune manages to blend both worlds. The ergonomics are designed for riders who want to make a statement while still being able to cover serious miles. Add in Honda's modern technology suite ride-by-wire throttle, selectable ride modes, traction control, and even a cruise control system, and you begin to see how the Rune has been brought into the 21st century without losing its core identity. Another standout element is the way Honda has integrated technology without disrupting the Rune's clean, sculptural aesthetic. The instrumentation is a beautifully crafted mix of analog and digital, with a large central speedometer framed by a TFT display that delivers all the essential information such as navigation, fuel range, and ride modes. There's full smartphone connectivity through Honda's latest interface, allowing riders to sync music, calls, and maps seamlessly. LED lighting is used throughout, with a headlamp that looks like a jewel embedded in chrome housing, casting a powerful yet refined beam at night. Everything about the Rune feels like it was carefully considered to preserve the bike's iconic design while enhancing usability. When it comes to design details, the Rune doesn't just impress, it mesmerizes. Every inch of the bike is sculpted with intention. The chrome is deep and flawless, the paintwork is mirror smooth, and the lines flow like liquid metal. Even the exhaust system is a work of art, with 6 pipes merging into twin outlets that produce a deep, refined sound. The single-sided swing arm allows the enormous rear wheel to be fully displayed, further emphasizing the Rune's futuristic stance. Color options for 2025 include a deep midnight black, a rich crimson red, and a striking metallic blue, each finished with multiple coats of paint that gleam under the sun. It's not just about looks, it's about making the rider feel like they are piloting something truly special. Now, a motorcycle like the 2025 Rune isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It's about the emotional experience. Riding the Rune feels like an event. People stop and stare, conversations start at every gas station, and other riders gather around just to admire its presence. It's not a bike for those who want to blend in, it's for those who want to stand out. And yet, despite all its drama, it remains a Honda, reliable, well-engineered, and practical in ways that most radical cruisers are not. You can count on it to start every time, run flawlessly, and deliver a consistent experience ride after ride. Pricing for the 2025 Honda Rune reflects its position as a premium, almost bespoke motorcycle. It is expected to start around $28,000 to $30,000, placing it firmly in the luxury cruiser category. That's a significant investment, but for many, the Rune isn't just a motorcycle, it's a collectible, a design icon, and a piece of rolling art. Compared to custom-built cruisers that often cost far more, the Rune offers factory-level reliability with concept bike looks, making it a unique proposition in today's market. The unique selling points of the 2025 Rune are clear. First, its design. Few motorcycles on the road can rival its presence or its futuristic meets retro appeal. Second, its engine, the flat six, provides a smooth, commanding ride unlike any V-twin cruiser. Third, its engineering, the advanced suspension, high-quality braking system, and rider aids make it more than just a pretty face. And finally, its exclusivity. The Rune is not a mass-market bike. It's produced in limited numbers, aimed at riders who want something truly different, something that announces their individuality every time they roll onto the street. In conclusion, the 2025 Honda Rune is more than just a return of a legend. It's a statement of what Honda can achieve when it lets its designers and engineers push the limits of imagination. That was the deep dive into the 2025 Honda Rune, a bike that redefines what a cruiser can be and reminds us that motorcycles can be art, engineering, and pure emotion rolled into one. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to see more reviews of the most fascinating bikes on the market, make sure to subscribe to Bike Culture Hub, where we explore the machines that shape the culture of riding. Until next time, ride safe, ride bold, and keep the spirit of motorcycling alive.